All right, everybody, welcome to Best of NWF's Raw After Show, October 5th, 2015. You know, just when I thought it couldn't get any lower, you know, coming out of Night of Champions and, ending September, we entered my favorite month of the year, October, which pretty much has the worst wrestling storylines, the worst everything going on. To top off Raw, we start off with and I wrote down a sad recap of the Kane-Seth Rollins feud, which is quite possibly one of the worst feuds in the history of the WWE Championship. It's just ridiculous that Kane from 1990, whatever, is fighting for the title in 2015. So I'm just going to skip over that. I mean, but I love how they started out Raw with something that's kind of depressing for their core fan base to kind of bring them to an all-time low. But I guess, you know, once you're at the bottom of the barrel, I guess you can only go up from there. After that, we have Brock Lesnar come out with Paul Heyman, which would be awesome, but we have to hear them talk about the Big Show, beating the Big Show, and then going into the feud with The Undertaker, which I don't care about at all. It was, you know, all right for SummerSlam, but just to have more of this it's just sad. At the special MSG on Saturday, he fought the Big Show. That should have been Cesaro. That should have been Kevin Owens. That should have been just someone better. My God, I mean, if you're going to lose to Brock. I mean, don't go for the U.S. Open Challenge and lose to Cena. But then you have the Big Show go out there, which everyone knew. Even if you started watching yesterday, you would know that the Big Show didn't have a chance against Brock Lesnar. It's just silly. So that whole program was okay. You know, Paul Heyman's doing his best. I mean, he's the greatest guy in the mic in the company right now, and he still can even save this. And then to top off this whole segment, you have Big Show coming back out, which was a buzzkill. Then Brock Lesnar F5s him. Yay, so great. After that, we have this backstage segment with Rollins and Seth. It's just so lame. What did this prove? You know, this didn't really help anybody. Is the Authority bad guys again because they started being good guys and dancing with New Day, and I'm not really sure what's going on with that. After that, we had Roman, Ambrose, and Orton versus the Wyatts again. We have this match again. Great. I think this is, going on as long as Neville versus Stardust. Just trading wins back and forth. Well, I win this week, you win next week. Oh, I'm so excited. Just such an exciting matchup. So you have Ambrose pretty much doing all the work in this match, getting hit, getting beat down by Braun Strowman, just getting his ass handed to him, taking all the good bumps. You have Orton coming in for his vintage Orton stuff. Oh, that's so exciting. We've seen a million times. Then, of course, Roman's sleeping the whole match. He comes in the end and gets the victory. I'm not a big fan of Roman Reigns. I don't really see what they see in him. But at the same time, having him sit on the apron the entire match and not wrestle is not helping him at all. It's not helping the fan base accept him either. This Roman Reigns thing is going to just peter out in the end. It's going to be a horrible thing, and I feel bad because he could be halfway decent if they just didn't have him look like such a wimp all the time. He's supposed to be this badass, but he's not. And this whole time during this match, I thought about when the Shield faced the Wyatts for the first time. It was electricity in the air. It was exciting. It was like, wow, these two supergroups are going against each other. You know, fast forward a few years later, you have Bray Wyatt losing to John Cena, took away all his steam. The family disbanded. It came back together. It's been a mess. Then you have the Shield. The Shield is victorious, beats Evolution twice in a row, and then Rollins leaves the Shield, and Roman and Ambrose are kind of friends, and they kind of stick together, and now Orton's with them, and every time Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose are in the same ring, and they win a match, and the Shield music plays, after Roman Reigns came out to the Shield music, and the Shield entrance, and the Shield outfit, it's just not helping him, it's not helping anybody. He looks ridiculous. He needs to get his own identity. The more he comes out like this, the more I just think of the Shield, and the more it makes me sad that there is no more Shield. After that, we had this lengthy Kane segment in the ring. So boring. The fact that Kane's getting this much TV time, I mean, I guess they want the ratings to just go to rock bottom, I guess. I'm not really sure, but yeah, Rollins come out, and Kane come out, and Seth comes out, and nothing gets done. Well, of course, she sets up the match for Kane, and Seth Rollins a Hell in a Cell like it's a big shock. I mean, why would Seth Rollins be scared of Kane? Kane is 100 years old. Seth Rollins is still in his 20s. He should not be afraid of him at all. It's silly. It's ridiculous. And the whole time I'm thinking in my head, I mean, as much as I dislike John Cena, character and whole storyline for the past decade, I feel like he's the actual #1 contender. He's beat Seth Rollins 3 times in the past month. But I digress. After that, we have Natty versus Paige. It would have been exciting, but Natty's intro came at a weird spot after a backstage segment. Her music was playing. She had the Jobber's Entrance, but they were trying to show the Titantron, but there's no video playing. This whole show was really plagued with bad camera work and sound. So that kind of ruined the excitement for Natty coming out. And then you have her against Paige. It was a not very good match, kind of sloppy. The crowd did not care at all. They did not care about this match at all. It was nice to see Natty. It was nice to see a one-on-one match, but something about it just didn't feel special. It didn't feel exciting. I will say this, and this goes to this whole thing with October, with the breast cancer awareness. You have Paige, which is supposedly the bad guy. I think I'm supposed to be booing her, but she comes out with the cancer shirt, and it's like, well, do I boo someone supporting a cure for cancer? I'm not really sure how that works. And you found this throughout the show, the heels wearing the cancer shirts, and Stephanie's supporting cancer, but she's acting kind of like a bad guy. So this whole month, like I said, this is my least favorite month to watch wrestling. Hey, support a cure for cancer. That's awesome. But in the middle of a wrestling show, this is ridiculous. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. So you have Natty picking up the victory, which is nice. She's actually gotten some TV time and gotten some storyline stuff, so that's nice. So moving on, we have this nice little Ryback video, and like I've said before, Ryback's really kind of grown on me. He was horrible at first. I mean, he's still kind of goofy now, but he's so much better than he was, and maybe Roman Reigns could get to that level, but the more they book him like that, it's not going to happen. We have KO coming out, and he's going to fight Sin Cara. I wrote a question mark next to this. I know they stayed on the pre-show, he said some words, but come on. I mean, Sin Cara's in the tag team. KO this should have been Heath Slater's spot, honestly, because we don't get him later in the U.S. Open Challenge. He's been wanting to get on Raw. I think this would have been a good spot for him, or a Damian Sandow, or Curtis Axel. Anyone, I mean, Sin Cara, I mean, it's fine, but at the same time, he's in the tag team. So what beef could he have with KO? It's just silly. After that, we had a New Day segment backstage with Stephanie, and Stephanie's really laying on. New Day is the most entertaining part of Raw. It's probably the part you look forward to most, because they feel, when you watch them, they feel the most comfortable in their characters, where the other people just feel awkward and out of place, as we'll see in the next segment when I talk about it. So you have Stephanie really talking about the heels, saying they have to face the Dudley Boyz at Hell in a Cell. But this whole thing is pretty awkward, because I think New Day right now are a lot better than the Dudleys. So kind of like, I'm not sure if I should boo the New Day. I mean, I like the Dudley Boyz. I liked them 15 years ago, but in 2015, I'd rather see the New Day as champs. So after that, we have a lengthy, long segment. This is the cancer segment. So everyone's standing on the stage, bad guys and good guys, wearing all their cancer swag that doesn't really support any cure for cancer. It's just about selling T-shirts and giving money to a big corporation. Then we go to the ring. You have some breast cancer survivors, which, hey, this is great for them. I'm happy they survived. You have John Cena giving his riling promo. It's kind of interesting that John Cena always has to have someone, either a Make-A-Wish kid or a cancer survivor, someone in his corner so you can't boo him. It's like booing kryptonite. They just pair him with someone so disabled or disfigured or so on the last edges of life that you can't boo him. But it was funny, though, because you have John Cena on one side of the cancer survivors, and guess you have on the other side Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns' character on WWE does not fit the cure for cancer thing. He's supposed to be a badass, kind of cold-hearted, but, it just doesn't fit. He's smiling, and you could tell they're trying to groom him as the next John Cena. It just looked awkward. John Cena's corny, so, out of anyone, yes, he could pull this off the best, but this whole segment was ridiculous. As I'm watching this, I'm like, I watch Raw to watch a wrestling show. I don't watch Raw to watch an infomercial to hawk T-shirts to give a fraction of a percentage for a cure for cancer. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I think to myself, the majority of fans for WWE are men. Shouldn't we be supporting a cure for prostate cancer or something else, like relating to your actual fan base? Yes, there's women in the audience, but they're a minute portion of actual hardcore fans. It's just silly to me that we waste all this time on the cancer stuff. Have a commercial. Have a 1-hour special on the network. That'd be fine. But the cut in the middle of Raw, I'm supposed to be suspending my disbelief that there's good guys and bad guys, and I care who wins or loses, but in the middle of it, there's a cancer rally. I just... imagine watching, you're watching the Avengers, and in the middle of the movie stops, and then everyone has cancer T-shirts on. Loki, everyone's supporting a cure for cancer. Thanos has a support breast cancer shirt on. That would ruin the movie. I don't understand why in a wrestling show that it has nothing to do with wrestling, has nothing to do with your fans, and it's just WWE trying to kiss corporate America's ass and get some good publicity. How about you just donate money to cancer survivors or help with their medical costs? I think that would be a lot more helpful than trying to sell pink T-shirts. Just silly. And of course, right after that, I have to get back invested. We have Rollins and Kane versus the Dudley Boyz. And during this match, all I thought of was, what year is it? I see Kane and the Dudley Boyz in the middle of the ring, and they make a comment that Rollins grew up watching them. And then I thought to myself, I grew up watching them. I don't want to see them anymore. I want to see Rollins. And I feel bad for Rollins. He's like the worst feuds, the worst storylines. He's the weakest looking champion in a generation. For what? To feud with Kane and get the Dudley Boyz over? It's silly. It's so silly. I'd rather watch Rollins go against anybody else, new and young. No, I don't want to see him against Big Show or anything like that, but I'd rather see Rollins versus one of the Matadores, or I'd rather see Rollins versus freaking one of the referees. It's just silly to me that we still have this ongoing thing with Kane, Rollins. I don't even know who won that. It was a disqualification because Rollins kicked the Dudleys with a table, and of course, crazy Demon Kane comes, and it's ridiculous. After that, we have a match, Team Bad versus Team Bellas, and I'll admit that they do a good job of portraying Nikki as a heel, but she just can't back it up in the ring or on the mic. That's the biggest thing. And then during the match, you have Brie doing Daniel Bryan's kicks, and Daniel Bryan's probably the most beloved figure in WWE, whether they like to admit it or not. It just doesn't fit right. And Nikki's Cena's girlfriend, and everyone knows that. And Cena's a good guy. Why would he be such a bad girl? It just doesn't make any sense. They should be good. You have Team Bad. Everyone's been chanting for Sasha all night, and they finally got her. But it was in this awkward tag. Naomi and Brie just botching moves. It just was a mess. And it every time on Raw or on NXT you have a women's match, it takes the division a step ahead. Sans Eva Marie. Eva Marie match, that's not the case. But any other women's match, it's a step forward. Then you go on Raw, and it's a step backwards. It's pretty sad that they can't just link that up. And in NXT, it's the perfect example. You have a pretty girl. Yeah, she's pretty, but she can't wrestle. Have her be a valet. Have her be a ring announcer. Don't have her be a wrestler, because the real wrestlers have a hard time trying to carry these women through. It's worse for the women than the men, too, because the men, just stylistically looking, you could kind of cover it up more. Like a Braun Strowman, he's not a technical ring wizard, but he could work his size, where the women are all about the same size, all about have the same look. It's a lot harder to hide those inefficiencies in there. So you have Sasha Banks with the bank statement, to have Alicia Fox tap out, and they pick up the victory. After that, we have Summer Rae come to the ring. They do this lengthy thing. She talks to Rusev. They play this corny promo. And the segment comes to an end where she proposes to him, which kind of makes sense. If you're going to have this feud going, have the wedding down the line. The wedding gets interrupted by Lana, blah, 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 blah. The only problem with this segment went on forever. So really got nothing there. Rusev says until he has some gold, he's not going to marry her. Okay, cool. Great, so we get more of this. After that, they've been hyping all night, all day even. They've been hyping the John Cena Open Challenge, which for me was okay leading into SummerSlam. Yeah, you had some good matches. Everyone always talks about, oh, what a great match. Cena's matches, oh, they're great. But who cares if they don't win? And before I figured, okay, when the guy finally wins, it's going to be a shock. He's going to put him over. He's going to be in a prominent role. I thought that was going to be Kevin Owens or maybe Cesaro. That didn't happen. Then you go into SummerSlam. You have Rollins beat him for the title. All the steam that he built all summer long instantly evaporated. Cena beats Rollins 15 times in a row. He's the U.S. champ again, and he starts this challenge again. Now, if the WWE World Heavyweight Champion can't defeat the U.S. Champion, how am I supposed to think that someone else can actually defeat him? Whenever this match happens, I don't really care. Yeah, it could be a good match, but if I already know the winner, who cares? Doesn't matter. So you have Cena out in the ring, and I was holding a slim sliver of hope that it could be someone that I wasn't thinking. Like, it'd be a shock. Like, holy crap, this guy's coming out. Maybe someone that was injured, maybe someone from NXT, something exciting. And who they have come out, they have Ziggler's music play, and I think to myself, I love Ziggler, but he's already fought him and lost for this, so what's the point? Why are you coming out again? Ziggler's music plays for a while, nobody comes out, and then we hear the trombone. We have the New Day come out, the best part of Raw, the most entertaining part of Raw, the characters that are most actually invested in what they're doing, and it really shows. They come out dragging Ziggler's corpse. They give a great promo as they walk down to the ring. Something short and sweet. And see, instead of a 20-minute Kane promo with Stephanie and Rollins in the ring, I think they should take a hint at New Day and walk down to the ring, say what you guys say, and get in the ring. So you have Big E fighting Cena. Of course, he's not going to win. Cena does pick up the victory, and Ziggler comes out to save him, and that's the end of Raw. Another disappointing Raw. Another disappointing week. The only thing looking forward to, like I say every time, is NXT. We have TakeOver Respect on Wednesday, thank God. And then, like I said, October, the worst month for wrestling because everyone's a cancer supporter, but they're supporting a company that doesn't really care about cancer survivors or getting a cure for cancer. WWE, I know they don't care because they don't care about their own product, so I'm sure they don't care about other people's products. So they're just trying to be good corporate citizens and all that stuff. So after this, like I said, it's like you just got to get through October, and then after October, you're going to Survivor Series, and you have TLC, and those are kind of whatever, but they're a little bit better. And then you start getting to WrestleMania season, and besides the main guy that they're trying to push, a la Roman Reigns, Batista, there's just better storylines all around. It feels like they build up to WrestleMania, they give up, they do a very short hot shot thing to SummerSlam, like Rollins versus Cena, and then it comes way back down, and it seems like those are the only 2 peaks they can do a year. So I'm just hoping to get through breast cancer month with the pink rope. I mean, support prostate cancer, support something, other ailment. How about just like have people donate silently? How about at the gift stands where they sell T-shirts, have a donation thing? Donate and it goes to a charity of the week or something like that. Just don't try to hawk me on your great corporate image of being a bandwagoning on whatever's going on. It's just silly. So I guess on that note, for Best of NWF, we're signing out, and we'll see you on Wednesday for NXT TakeOver Respect, and we are out.